Hello everyone, my name is Grayson and welcome back to more Gordian quests. Now, I've had quite a lot of views and comments on my previous Gordian quest series. A lot of them were very nice and constructive, so I thought I would come back to this game because I think that everybody's kind of enjoying this quite a bit. Now, if this is your first time watching Gordian Quest, I'm not going to do a tutorial here. I might kind of briefly go over the characters I end up using, but I do have a tutorial series where the first couple episodes talk about the game and the UI and then like how battle works and stuff like that. So I'll put a link in the description below that will link to that first couple of videos. So if you want to watch those before you jump on into that, by all means, go ahead. Otherwise, we're going to jump in and play, I think, another Ascension mode. I think I'm going to avoid the campaign. I do like the campaign quite a bit, but I like how tidy the Ascension mode is. You just go through 5 floors and win or lose, it comes to an end there. We are in early access build 112C, just in case anybody's interested in where I am at this time. So let's head on into play game. We're going to do the realm mode, which is like Ascension or whatever you call it. Let's do a quick run. This is 5 realms. It's called quick run, but it can take like 3 hours, especially if you're narrating for YouTube. So we'll go ahead and do new game. Now here's where we want to pick our 3 characters. Now, in my first playthrough that I did for YouTube, I ended up having to try 3 times to get through it. The first couple teams I brought in didn't do so hot. But some of those characters I'm interested in using again. I am not an expert in this game. And so therefore I'm going to make mistakes and I'm going to pick probably not optimal choices and cards and equipment and stuff like that at times, but you're just gonna have to be okay with that because I'm here to have fun with the game and I'm not here to try to find the ways to be the absolute best at it. So if you're on board for that, then by all means come along with me and let's see what kind of shenanigans we can get into. I do want to take Pierre. I really want to make his evocation deck work here. So Spellbinder, Evoker? Is Evoker the one that does Elemental? Look at skills from this one. So this one has lightning, fire, ice. I really want to do like elemental stuff. Evoker has ice, force damage, channel. Okay, so he makes use of channel. Oh, okay, so Ice Nova channels, which means it becomes cheaper when you have channel points from things like this. 8 damage, apply 27 chill. On turn start, trigger stored cold damage equal deal 20% less damage. Okay, interesting. Wow, so it could do a lot of damage, and also if it doesn't kill them, they do less damage. That's pretty fun. Well, let's take that. Let's take that. I was just gonna go with the Spellbinder because I'd rather play with fire and lightning, but that actually looks really good. Let's just take a quick look at the other ones. We've got Force Mage, which has these magic missiles. A Push with Vulnerable, that's kind of funny. Deflection, a little bit of ice, some throwing, some barriers. Okay, yeah, that's really cool. This is like more like defending and manipulating the battlefield. So this seems a little bit more like defensive and utility, which is pretty cool. This seems offensive and utility, as well as a little bit of debuffing, a little bit of defense as well. And then Conjurer, what does this do? Physical damage and bleed, that's really interesting. Vulnerable, shock. This is all, so I can just hit control here to see. So I'm colorblind, so at a glance, this is not obviously green to me. I assume it's green for dexterity. So I like to hit control and see what the mod is, just in case I'm not seeing it properly. So yeah, this is a dex-based. That's interesting. Yeah, I think we'll go with Evoker. That's going to be int because of all the blue. A little bit of dex, and then fixed here, so these can't be modified with your stats. So let's go with the Evoker. So let's confirm Pierre as an Evoker. And then who else do we want to do here? I'd like to have like 1 Summoner, but I don't want to do too many of them because obviously that causes a problem. So we could do the Golomancer. Jendia's interest lay in deconstructing the Vinai's lost technology. She commands a golem that is both her companion and defender. So we could go with her and have like a golem deck, or we could go with Ida and have like animals like bears and stuff. I am interested in trying this character out, but I am really just feeling like this is my favorite character, I think, other than Catherine, who's of course just the objectively best character in the game. Don't at me. So let's take a look at her. So we've got her druid deck. This is about bleeding. She can hurl javelins, tackle. Okay, so this is her, like, being an animal. Like, she's got, like, javelins as well as, like, bear swipe kind of attacks and tackling and stuff. So she's kind of, like wild shaping into animals. Forest defender. Okay, so this is if you want her to be a frontline sort of defender character, which we could do. We could do that. She's strength and dex here. What was this one? Strength and a little bit of dex for dodging. Seer. Okay, that's going to be intelligence. Looks like she has some shock with intelligence. She's got a wall of thorns. She can shift an ally around. Summons a spirit hawk. Now, I don't know what this creature does. I wonder what its powers are. Like, is it melee? Does it have like a little bit of a range? I don't know what the hawk is like. It's certainly interesting. And then Forest Guardian is where she can have a little bit of healing. She can summon the bear and the wolf, and she can shift allies around as well as dodge. I think I want to do this one. I know I played this one in my first series, but we died horribly. So let's try this again, and I got to be smarter about making sure her animals don't die, because when the animals die, she takes damage. That's to avoid you just like throwing a bunch of summons up in the way of everything and not having to like worry about how damage is assigned. So let's play Ida here as the Forest Guardian. So she's going to be kind of a combination defender and summoner. Pierre's going to be our damage dealer. And then what do we need? I think we need another hybrid defender / damage dealer, which obviously is Catherine, but I don't want to do that. I don't want to summon things. Does her starting deck have the golem? It probably does, right? Rocky Punch. How do you summon Rocky? I don't see where Rocky actually comes from. Does she start with Rocky? What about Golem Master? Rocky follows up with 5 damage. Shift Rocky. Yeah, I don't know how you actually get Rocky out with her. That's interesting. Artificer. So let's not, I don't want to learn her at this moment. I'm not sure how well this team would work. It might be too many summons. We could also use somebody like, I think Bertram has like a, he has a, oh no, this is his archer deck. Artillery Commander, Stalker. He's got some traps. Ranger is sort of a hybrid. Sentry turret. Okay. So maybe we want somebody like, are you a, can you be frontline? Gain some guard. Inspiration gives bonus effects for chorus cards. She's got dodging, guarding. Interesting. So this is almost like a defense deck. Control the ebb and flow of battle. Music is an extension of that. Otherworldly lullaby. So is this the one that makes her defensive? Target draws 1, gain guard, bonus draw, guard. That's really funny. Can she be a frontline character? I don't know. That seems really dangerous. Do we want to try it and see what happens? I kind of want to do it. Let's take the minstrel deck, and we'll have these 3 squishies who are going to hopefully win with tactics, since we don't have like heavy armor here or anything. We also have up here our, what do you call these? Renown. So we have Renown. Now we don't have... Hey, oh, okay. That was spooky for a second. I thought I lost all my current artifacts. So we can unlock new artifacts. Or we can get new slots. Now, we obviously are quite far away from getting a new slot. You can also upgrade artifacts that we already have, but it costs like it costs 500. So we don't want to do that. So let's see if we have anything good, because we want to drag them in here for our run. Salvaging rare items produces an additional rare crystal. Heroes have +1 fire resist, and that's about, I think it's 5% damage reduction. I think each point of resistance is 5% damage reduction, if I remember correctly. We have the dodecahedron. Rolling 20 on the dice in an event challenge grants 1 fate. For some reason, I was just getting almost none of these. It was crazy. 4-leaf clover, gain 1 fate upon completing a deadly encounter. That's not bad. We have Pierre's Scavenge Components mission has a 25% chance to reveal an additional chest. Now, we are bringing Pierre, so let's put that one in. Hello? Hello? Oh. We have Catherine's base stats. Yeah, that's fantastic. Fantastic character, fantastic artifact for that character. Rolling sockets requires less parts. Jendaya gains +1 intelligence. A child's bandana? Odd. Alphonse gains 1 intelligence. Ida's base stats goes up by 1. Well, that seems good. And then let's pay to unlock one and see what we get. Okay, we got items sell for 15% more to vendors you meet outside of town. Well, that's everything in this mode. So let's take that one. Get some more gold, buy the stuff we want. So there we go. So we've got our artifacts set for our run. Artifacts are objects that grant a variety of benefits. Yeah. Okay, so we have all of our artifacts ready. So we are all set to get going here. So let's do baseline 50% chance for elites to have special traits. This is 5% increased item rarity. Enemies have access to stronger abilities. 75% chance for elite enemies to have special traits. Well, let's do a slightly harder version. Let's do it. And let's do it on roguelite mode. I don't know if that... Oh, we can't even turn it off. All right, let's do hard. That way, if I lose, I can say that it wasn't my fault. Even though that's not exactly not what's going to happen. So we have a Maelstrom Gate. So we have 3 choices to go to here. We've got the Corrupted Sanctum, and you've got the length of it, which this one's a little bit longer, and then how much renown we get for completing it. You only get this if you win. You have to beat the boss to get this. You will get little bits along the way, but the biggest chunk is at the end of each level of the Ascension mode, and there's 5 of those. So the first one will give us like this, and then we'll get like more and more and more until we're getting like 60, 70 by beating a boss. Party loses 15% of their current HP when entering the realm. Party has -2 physical resist. Now that's pretty devastating there. Physical damage is extremely common, and that's just going to make it harder for me to block things, because every time I see an enemy is about to do, X damage, it's going to be higher than that, and that's bad. Emerald Sanctum. Items along routes have a chance to be concealed. Party has -3 cold resist. Nodes have a chance to be shrouded. Area contains cacti. Let's do the hard one. It doesn't seem as hard as the other 2, to be honest. It's just longer. I love the custom loading screens that have the characters you're actually using. If there's anything that I've learned in all my years, it's to travel light and carry a portal scroll or 2. So we have our camping ability. So we start with 150 gold, all of our supplies, 20 out of 20, 1 of 3 fate. We have no renown. Our journal is just telling us what we're working on here. Okay, so we want to plan our route a little bit here. We have something shrouded here. Area is shrouded, so we don't know what this is. So we have an exploration here. I'm actually not sure what this is. This might be one of the additions that we got in the previous patch. It was like a big patch. So I'm actually not sure what this is. I don't know what the difference is between this and an event. Maybe we'll do that just for that sake. Party will be affected with a random curse if we pass by this one. This one... Okay, so this node here... What connects from here? I can't tell the connections here. I can't tell what's going on. Maybe we go this easier route because we get some supplies. And then we could do a deadly encounter. Area grants 9 HP on clear. Enemies have 1 additional mastered skill. That's not too bad. And then we would get some gold and have a chance to rest without having to spend the 8 supplies that you normally have to spend. Because it's like, oh no, it's only 4. I wonder if that goes up. Then we would get a mystery, gold, and a mystery. This way would get us a bunch of fate. If we went one of these routes, we could get some extra fate points, which are very useful. Here's a supply granting thing. Recover maximum HP, recover exhaustion. But we got a curse right after it. Boy, wow, this is a long one. Oh my god. What's the boss down here? Oh, I don't know what this is. That looks terrible. Oh god, it's undulating. I don't want that. Beholder? Okay. Well, that's cool, but I'm scared. Okay. Well, I think I want to do the deadly encounter. So let's head this way. We spend a supply. Following the bank of a small river, you spot a curious sight. A barrel floats across the waters, carried by the current. You could wade in and check it out, but it'll mean getting your feet wet in the rapids. Well, pick a hero to attempt an agility check. Base chance to succeed is only 40% for 2 of our characters, Ida and Naran. Or move on, add a random reward modifier to a nearby node and a random challenger modifier. Let's go for it. You're now attempting a challenge. Roll higher than the challenge to difficulty to succeed. Rolling a 1 is always a failure. Rolling a 20 is always a success. A Gordian knot. Pick an appropriate skill for the task at hand. Will grant you a bonus on your dice roll, but you'll gain exhaustion. This adds useless cards to your combat deck and lowers future dice rolls. So we could pick somebody like Naran, who's got a pretty good dex here. So we'd have to roll a 13 to succeed. We get a +1. We could put a skill in here. A lot of these give bonuses. Wow. Oh, this is a +8. Wow. Let's toss in one of these +6s. So we get a +7, so we only have to roll a 6 here. Huh. Okay, so we got it. So the rocks are slick and sharp under your boots. Slipping and falling would be painful, but we didn't. So we got 260 experience, which is pretty good. Now we do have 1 exhaustion card, but we cleared the success, so continue. With some effort, you haul the barrel to shore. It's filled with several sacks of gold. It must be your lucky day. Gain 75 gold. Okay, well, that's pretty good for early. That's not a ton of gold, but, you know, we'll take it. Continue. So now we do have this 1 exhaustion card, so we go ahead and pass here. I think it'll spend the 1 supply now, and then we'll get these along the way. Yeah, so we're back up to 20. Excellent. So now we're going to go into this elite fight, this deadly encounter. Okay, so we just have this single enemy, but it's got a buttload of health for this early in the game. Hidden intent and targeting are hidden. That's really bad. That's really bad for us, actually. Shoot. I don't like that we don't know what he's doing. Now, he's weak to physical. He's weak to fire, and he's resistant to chaos. So we go, 2 of these characters go before the spider, but I don't know what it's doing. So it's likely going to do something in this lane. That's the most common type of attack, is something that just affects the closest thing in front of you. So we may want to, sorry, it's this character's turn, Naran. We may want to just dash in front and put up some guard. So let's just do that. Let's go over to here. Inspiration, tempo. When active, enables the bonus effect of green tones. What? I don't know how to use this. If I guard, what happens if I use this now? Do I have it? Oh, okay. Gives bonus effect for chorus cards. Reduces by 1 on round end. Do we summon the wolf or the bear? Or the bear, because we want an extra tank, because we don't know what this spider is even doing. I'll throw a javelin. Does extra damage because he's weak to it. And the bear is going to... it's going to swipe. Here we go. So it's going to swipe in the same lane. Uh-oh, it put poison down. So we got to get out of the way of that. So there's poison ground here. 2 turns on round end. Unit on this cell is afflicted with 6 poison. So we have to be sure that we get the hell off of here as soon as we can. Okay, so it's Pierre's turn. So Pierre can do... He's got pretty good targeting range here. Ice Shard. Magic Missile also has a good... deals 5 force more damage every time Magic Missile is played this turn. Oh, cool. Not enough SP. Yep. Energize. Discard up to 2 random spell cards. Gain 2 channel. Well, we don't want that yet. So we want to probably just... Okay, so we have 9 chill. On turn start, trigger stored chill damage. Deal 20% less damage. Bleed. Increase the value of physical damage received. Caps at 25%. Heal will remove an equivalent value. A long time ago, it was just like a dot. You put bleed on something or fire or whatever, and it just does damage over time. Then they changed it to be like a system where you had to apply bleed like 3 or 4 times, and then when it hit that threshold, it would like explode and do that extra damage, because they said that like the dots weren't being used or people didn't understand them or something like that. Now it looks like they've changed it again to be modifiers to future damage, which is interesting. This one appears to actually do a dot now, and you can see this must be the damage it's going to be taking. This is not going to do extra. Bleed doesn't actually do a dot, it looks like. It just makes them take more physical damage, so that's interesting. Put some more chill on there. So it looks like he's going to take a lot of this dot damage here on his next turn. And there's no reason to play this because it's not going to work. I mean, we could try it. 2 random spell cards. Oh, this is a spell, so let's do it. We get a little bit of channel here. Okay. So the bear's going to go, but it can't do anything. No targets. Now she's started her turn here, so we're gonna have to watch out. On turn start, trigger stored poison damage, then have it. Bypasses guard, heals will remove an equivalent value. Okay, so she's got a dot on her now. So this is back to being damage over time. Okay, I can't keep up with the patch. So those of you who are finishing my current series that's on, my series that just ended on YouTube are going to be confused when you see it working this way, or vice versa. Okay, so now what are you doing? We still don't know what you're doing. We probably want to jump over to here. Gives bonus effects for chorus cards. Reduces by 1 on round end. So it looks like we have this Bardic Expertise card. Tones, buff, chorus. So it can give allies different buffs depending on what kind of melody we're currently singing. Gain a channel, gain guard, gain critical. That's interesting. Consumes all inspiration. If inspiration is at max, increases max inspiration by 1. So our current inspiration is 2. So what does this do? I don't know what I just did. So I don't think that did anything because we didn't have like a song going. So we took a little bit of damage here. We want to get the hell out of here. We want to heal ourselves. There we go. So now we got the bear where it can actually do some damage. It's got a little bit of guard. So that spider took some pretty big damage there. Oh my god. This not being able to see what he's going to do is terrible. Gain 4 critical. Oh, I could have done that to just kill it. Okay. The bear's going. He's going to kill the spider for us. Okay, excellent. Okay, victory. So we got experience. We got Killing Blow was on Ida's bear, so she got extra experience. The last hit bonus right here. And then we got a little bit of this synergy. This is like their friendship between each other. And it gives you more interesting options when you're camping and stuff like that. So this is cool. I'm glad you get this from battles now. So rewards, we got Renown. This is the special currency we need in between runs, and also it looks like it's now used for access to the Maelstrom Gate in Act 4. So we got that. We got some gold, and then we got Apprentice Sage's Cassocks. Requires, it's a magic light armor, requires some strength and some intelligence, so I don't know who can wear that. +1 guard with strength, +1 guard with intelligence, and +1 to intelligence based. Okay, so if you're guarding with strength or intelligence, you get extra defense, and it gives you +1 to intelligence based challenges. So we'll take that. It's got a slot on it. We healed a little bit after that fight, which was a fantastic bonus we got there. So let's take a look at our inventory. I always forget how to see that. Here it is. Who has 10 strength? These two both do. So we might make sure you have it because I feel like you're going to be in the front tanking, which is silly because you're a bard, but that's what we're doing. So let's give you the potion to make sure you stay alive. Nobody else has. Oh, yeah, Pierre has one. Okay. That's probably good because he's real squishy, and he may need to do that because Ida can actually heal herself more easily than she could heal others. All right, we got our artifacts and people's decks. Okay, cool. So back to the map. So let's take a look at her cards real quick. So Naran, the minstrel, it looks like the main source of tones that she has here is the tempo tone, this green one with the wing. So it looks like we have, if we can get this card, intrinsic, always draw this card at the start of the battle. So I should have used this at the start. Okay. So this card is what we're going to want to use at the start so that we have this going on. Now, I don't know if this is consumed when you use a card like this, but it looks like that's the tone we can get. And so this bardic expertise will be giving the guard. So she's really built for keeping everybody alive in this particular case. Now, as we go along, we could be picking up cards that give her access to other things. I'm not positive what we'll see, but that is a really interesting thing here, is that she looks like you could build her to improve spell casting, improve defense, or improve like attacking, which is quite interesting. Okay, so that makes a lot more sense. So I was playing her incorrectly to start. So I apologize for that. I didn't understand that I should have played this card right from the start on that first battle. Okay, so we'll make sure we do that in the future. The other thing I'm going to make sure I do is, I know that some of you were upset that I never really pared down my decks as I was playing. So you can see I have 13 of 12 cards. I actually have that on several people right now. I'm not going to do that right now, but I promise I will watch out for that as we go. I need to get a better feeling for what cards I need on each character, especially this one who I haven't played before. And Pierre, I've not played this particular deck. So give me a chance to see what cards I feel like need to be in here. And we'll take stuff out as we go. All right, so with that being said, let's take a look at where we're going now. We're headed down to a campsite. We don't really need health, but we can use that time to get rid of our exhaustion on Naran, as well as like use some of their camping abilities. We have lots of supplies, so we could probably spend some supplies, scavenge some supplies, and then get rid of our exhaustion. And we have some special camping effects we can use, like with Pierre and stuff. So we'll take a look at that, but that'll be on the next episode because we are all out of time for this one. So thank you everybody so much for joining me for this new run of Gordian Quest with a character I've not ever played before. So this is pretty exciting, and hopefully we can make it pretty far. Now I am on a harder difficulty, so I am prepared to get my butt kicked, but we'll see what happens. So please consider liking and subscribing, and I will see everybody in episode 2.